All right, you know that feeling, right?
Mm.
That little hum of anticipation, the spark when someone says those two magic words, long weekend.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What's the very first thing that pops into your mind?
For me, it's often just this deep sigh of relief,
Relief, yeah.
immediately followed by like a flood of possibilities.
Sure.
And if you happen to be in Taiwan, well, get ready.
Yeah.
Because starting in 2025, that feeling, it's going to be even more frequent.
All right, that's big news.
Yeah, maybe even luxurious. We've got exciting stuff happening. National holidays like Teachers' Day, Retrocession Day, they're coming back.
Which basically turns autumn into these mini golden weeks almost.
Exactly. Think about it. More chances for some serious, like, profound rest.
Or, the opposite, some proper adventures.
Right.
It's quite a shift, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creating these new pockets of time we haven't really had consistently for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that's precisely what we're diving into today, beyond just celebrating the extra days off.
Yeah. We want to explore the fascinating and, yeah, sometimes pretty humorous ways we actually approach these breaks.
How we use them.
Exactly. We'll look at not just what people intend to do, their grand plans.
The big ambitions.
Yeah. But also the surprising reality behind those plans.
Yeah.
And maybe most usefully, give you some practical language tools to actually talk about it all.
Okay, practical phrases. I like that.
Think of it as your shortcut to understanding the sort of psychology and the practical side of a long weekend.
Okay, let's really unpack this then. How do people actually spend their long weekends, not just the Instagram version?
Right, the real deal.
We've noticed a few common styles, let's call them, each driven by, different needs, different desires.
Sure.
So to kick us off, let's talk about what we're calling the homebody haven.
Ah, yes. The sanctuary.
For some people, the absolute best long weekend isn't about going anywhere, is it?
Not at all.
It's about turning your own home into like a refuge. What is it about that impulse, do you think? Why is that so powerful for some people?
That's a really good question. And I think it taps into something pretty deep psychologically.
Yeah.
In our world that's always connected, always on.
Totally.
The idea of a homebody haven gives you this crucial, counterbalance. It's not just staying home. It's taking back control over your time and your space.
Right. Reclaiming it.
Precisely. Many people find real, genuine recuperation in what you might call unstructured time.
Okay.
Just hours with no agenda, no demands, just the freedom to, well, just be.
Mm-hmm.
For some, maybe that means finally tackling that creative project that's been gathering dust. Or others might just dive headfirst into a streaming series. You might hear them say, I stayed home and binge-watched that entire new show. It's amazing. Finally caught up.
Huh. That sounds familiar.
It's like this quiet personal victory. Restoration.
I completely get that. I remember one long weekend, I had this whole list, chores, errands.
The productive weekend plan.
Yeah, exactly. But by Saturday morning, the idea of just reading a book, cover to cover, no interruptions, that felt like the ultimate rebellion.
Yeah.
I ended up doing absolutely nothing productive. And it was glorious.
Good for you.
It does raise an interesting point, though. Is there this cultural pressure to always maximize every moment, even leisure time? Or is embracing doing nothing becoming maybe more okay?
That's a really crucial observation. Because, yes, there absolutely can be that pressure, especially in societies focused on achievement.
Right.
You feel like you need to make every moment count, even your free time. But what you experience, that glorious guilt-free relaxation that's increasingly seen as vital.
Okay.
Psychologists often talk about the benefits of a digital detox or just letting your mind wander. That's where creativity can spark, where mental fatigue starts to fade.
Makes sense.
So it's actually a powerful statement to say, the long weekend is perfect for catching up on sleep and doing absolutely nothing. It shows you understand your own need for rest. No apology needed.
Right. Okay, shifting gears a bit from solo rejuvenation. Another huge way people use these breaks is all about connecting with your crew.
Ah, the social side.
Yeah. Long weekends seem like this golden opportunity to, strengthen bonds, catch up with people who matter. Why are these specific times so good for that, do you think?
Well, I think it's mainly about shared availability, right? And a more relaxed vibe overall.
True.
During a normal work week, trying to coordinate schedules can feel like playing calendar Tetris.
Totally. Impossible sometimes.
But long weekends kind of break down that barrier. They offer this extended, shared time where people can genuinely relax together, lower their guard a bit. Think about the tradition of family barbecues,
Mm-hmm.
especially here in Taiwan, where sharing meals is just so central to connecting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Someone might tell you, oh, we had a big family barbecue during the holiday, everyone came over. And that's not just about the food, is it?
No, it's more than that.
It's about building that social connection, reinforcing community ties, creating those shared memories that make you feel like you belong.
And it's not just family either, right? It's also for those friends maybe you haven't seen in ages.
Definitely.
I often hear people planning lunches or maybe even quick weekend trips with old classmates.
Yeah.
That feeling of reconnecting, sharing stories, laughing about old times, it's really special. Those moments of shared humanity, I think, make a long weekend feel genuinely rich.
Absolutely. And the informal nature of these get-togethers, like a casual dinner, meeting for coffee, even going for a hike together, it allows for more authentic interaction.
Less pressure.
Exactly. It's where you really invest in those relationships, which we know is a key part of overall well-being. Being able to just casually say, I'm meeting up with some old classmates for lunch, it's been a while, that really shows the power of these breaks for nourishing our social lives.
Then, of course, there's the third style, the spontaneous getaway.
The escape.
I think a lot of us can relate to that thrill of a short trip, especially somewhere like Taiwan where transport is so convenient.
Right, it's easy to just go.
You can just decide, maybe on Friday, pack a small bag and you're off. From a psychological angle, what's the appeal of these quick escapes compared to, say, a longer, more planned out vacation?
That's interesting because the benefits can be quite different. A spontaneous getaway, what some people call a micro-adventure,
Micro-adventure, I like that.
it taps into our brain's need for novelty, for a break from the routine, but without the huge stress or the big financial hit of a longer trip.
Okay.
Even just a short change of scenery, like a road trip to a coastal town, maybe Yilan, or a mountain retreat near Sun Moon Lake, it can disrupt our usual patterns, stimulate different senses.
Kind of reset things.
Exactly. It effectively resets our brains. You might hear someone say excitedly, we went on a short road trip to Yilan for the holiday. The very act of doing something unplanned, even for just a couple of days, can feel incredibly liberating, adventurous even. It often gives a surprisingly big boost to your mood and energy for how short it was.
I totally get that. I once just randomly hopped on a train down to Tainan for 2 days. Just for the food, basically.
Great reason.
And it honestly felt like I'd been away for a week. That quick change of pace just made such a difference. It really is about escaping the everyday grind, isn't it? Even briefly.
Absolutely.
So, okay, whether you're staying put or hitting the road, the intention is always good. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Uh-oh.
Because what we plan to do and what we actually do, well, they can be two very different stories.
Indeed. And what's often quite funny, and I think universally relatable,
Yeah.
is that gap between our grand, long weekend ambitions and what actually happens. We all picture this perfect break, right? Super productive or incredibly adventurous.
Oh, totally. Guilty as charged.
It's a classic human thing.
You know the feeling? You map out this perfect long weekend schedule. You might enthusiastically tell everyone, I plan to wake up early, go hiking, get some amazing photos for my Instagram.
Got the route planned, the outfit ready.
The whole 9 yards. I, for one, have definitely made detailed playlists for road trips that then got completely rained out, leading to me staying home and watching movies. Why do our brains do that? Make us so optimistic about our future selves.
What you're describing is a perfect example of something called the planning fallacy.
Okay, planning fallacy.
Yeah, the well-known cognitive bias, where we consistently underestimate the time, the resources, maybe the obstacles involved in doing something in the future.
Even if we failed before.
Even when we have a history of similar things happening, it's often combined with optimism bias.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we tend to think good things are more likely to happen to us than bad things.
Right.
So that ambitious hiking plan for Sunday morning, it goes head-to-head with the sheer magnetic pull of a comfortable bed after a long week.
The bed usually wins.
Often. And then you find yourself saying, well, I end up sleeping in until noon and spent the rest of the day on the couch.
Exactly.
And that phrase, end up plus V in, using the verb with ing, it's incredibly useful for capturing exactly that feeling.
That is so true. That phrase, end up doing something, it really nails those moments when our best intentions just go sideways.
They really do.
So how can we best use this phrase, like in everyday conversation, to talk about these little shifts?
Well, it's brilliant for describing any situation where the outcome is different, sometimes even the opposite of what you originally planned or intended.
Uh,
It perfectly captures that sort of, oh, well, that happened, feeling in a really natural way. Like, say you planned to visit a museum, but the weather was just too gorgeous.
right.
You might say, I ended up going to the beach instead of the museum. Simple as that.
Or maybe you went out for what you thought would be a quiet dinner,
Yeah,
but you stumbled upon, I don't know, a street festival or a lively concert.
right. Then you say, we ended up staying out dancing until late. It's versatile, works for unexpected good stuff and just minor changes of plan.
It clearly flags that your original plan changed, doesn't it? Gives a more realistic picture of your weekend.
Exactly. Nuance.
So, okay, while these long weekends bring so much joy and opportunity, let's be real for a second.
Okay, the reality check.
They can also come with a few challenges, especially when it feels like everyone else in Taiwan had the exact same brilliant idea as you.
Yes, that happens.
What are some of those common hurdles? And maybe some insights into managing them.
You've hit a key point there. That collective desire for leisure. It creates predictable patterns and, yeah, often predictable problems.
Like,
Well, one of the most common and maybe universally frustrating is the traffic nightmare.
oh, the dreaded traffic. You get all excited to hit the road for that spontaneous getaway,
Freedom.
only to find yourself immediately stuck in what feels like a parking lot on the highway. What's really going on there, besides just too many cars?
Well, it's more than just cars. It's actually a fascinating little microeconomic event happening in real time.
Okay.
During peak long weekend travel times, the demand for road space just skyrockets. But the number of roads stays the same.
Right, obviously.
So that inevitably leads to heavy traffic, or at its worst, that bumper-to-bumper traffic where you're literally just inching along.
The
Worst, it's kind of like an invisible tax on your free time. Imagine someone telling their story later. The heavy traffic was insane. We were stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic for 3 hours just trying to get out of the city.
Been there, done that.
Knowing this, a lot of locals in Taiwan try strategies.
Right.
Like leaving super early or very late at night, or maybe opting for the train or bus instead.
Smart moves. I remember driving down to Kenting once. Should have been maybe 4 hours. It took 8.
Ouch, that hurts.
It can totally ruin the start of a trip. And then, okay, let's say you do manage to get to your destination. Another common challenge. Seas of people.
Yes. Crowds.
Those popular spots, the beautiful places you've been dreaming of seeing, suddenly feel less like a peaceful escape and more like a human ocean.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This links back to a concept called carrying capacity.
Marrying capacity.
Yeah, every tourist spot, whether it's a packed night market in Tenon or a stunning natural area like Taroko Gorge, it has a limit to how many people it can handle before the experience starts to degrade.
Makes sense.
So popular spots can quickly become swamped with tourists or just totally packed with people. And it's not just about the physical space. It's the noise, the cues, the general vibe.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to go to the night market, but it was completely packed with people. We could barely even move.
Yeah, it takes the fun out of it sometimes.
It does, and it often pushes people to seek out maybe lesser-known spots or travel during the shoulder seasons or off-peak hours to really enjoy themselves.
Okay, another potential pitfall, a bleeding wallet.
The cost.
Those amazing long weekend experiences can sometimes come with a surprisingly hefty price tag, can't they? Especially when demand is sky high. Feels like everything just costs a bit more.
That's a very real issue. It stems from basic supply and demand, really.
No.
When everyone wants the same hotel room or the table at that popular restaurant or the tickets to that attraction all at the same time, prices naturally go up.
Inflated prices.
Yeah. Sometimes things just feel genuinely overpriced. And occasionally, you might even encounter something that feels like a total ripoff.
Wow, okay.
This is where doing a bit of research beforehand really pays off. You might find yourself warning a friend, be careful. A lot of restaurants in the main tourist areas are overpriced during holidays. Sometimes it feels like a total ripoff for what you actually get.
Good advice.
It's important to know the difference between paying a fair price because demand is high versus just being taken advantage of.
Right. And finally, a classic challenge for anyone trying to plan even a short getaway. The hotel booking war.
Ooh, the scramble for accommodation.
Trying to find a decent place to stay when everyone else is looking too. It can feel like this intense battle, rooms just vanishing online right before your eyes.
Precisely. Accommodation, especially in those really popular destinations, has a fixed supply. There are only so many rooms.
True.
So when a long weekend hits, demand just explodes. And that leads very quickly to places being fully booked.
Meaning? No rooms left at all.
Exactly. Zero vacancies.
Yeah.
Think about trying to plan something last minute. I tried to find a hotel for the long weekend, but everything was already fully booked weeks ago.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, and this challenge often forces people to either book months and months in advance, maybe consider less conventional places like B&Bs or rentals, or even just adjust their travel dates to avoid those peak crush times.
Lots to juggle.
So as we look ahead to Taiwan's autumn in 2025, with these new mini golden weeks on the horizon, it really is this dual opportunity, isn't it? And kind of a fascinating look at human behavior. Well, it's a fantastic chance for exploration, right? Seeing new places, having adventures, but it's equally precious time for just profound rest, letting your mind and body simply recharge. Understanding these different sides helps us navigate it all better.
Exactly. We've talked about the different ways we approach these breaks, the homebody, the social connector, the adventurer. We've talked about that often funny gap between our grand plans and the reality.
The end-up moments.
Yes. And even the real challenges that come with everyone wanting to relax at the same time, traffic, crowds, cost.
The whole package.
So next time someone asks you, hey, what's your plan for the long weekend armed with all this, how will you answer?
You know, sometimes the most honest and maybe even the most psychologically beneficial answer is just, honestly, just sleep.
Huh. Love it.
And after everything we've discussed, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that answer.
Totally agree. So whether you're already mapping out an epic micro-adventure, planning a cozy family barbecue, or maybe just dreaming of some deep, uninterrupted sleep, what kind of long weekend truly recharges your battery the most? What's your ultimate goal for those precious extra days off?
We'd genuinely love to hear how you spend your long weekends, or maybe what topics you'd like us to dive into next time. Let us know. Share your thoughts with us.